iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
If you're visiting the beautiful Emerald Gulf Coast near Pensacola Beach, Gulf Shores, or Orange Beach, Coastline Surf Fishing provides guided fishing trips right from the beach at a fraction of the cost of charter boats with no seasickness. Book your outing today by going to Coastline Surf Fishing on Facebook or coastlinesurffishing.com. coastlinesurffishing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway for the Coastline Surf Fishing 75 here from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Round number 2 for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series presented by the Upstate Racing League. My name's Roger Muth. Alongside me is Kelly Dahl. Kelly, welcome here to one of the trickiest tracks that has the turtles right on the speedway.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach Speedway, a track that we've seen in the Upstate Racing League a few times now, and a track that always produces some great racing, especially when you see with the way the front straightaway into turn 1 is set up. You got that bit of a dog leg and kind of gives the driver the choice. Do you defend the inside line and possibly compromise the corner, or do you start on the outside, leave the inside open to a possible dive bomb? It's really kind of provides some great entertainment.
And over the years, we've raced here a handful of times. Last time we were here, Matthew Barkhouse went to Victory Lane. The year before, in the same year, Bill Martin was able to go to Victory Lane. Trey Edson, also another winner here. Steph Marinac, and one of the champions, Max Coker, also picking up 2 wins here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. The Myrtle Beach Speedway may no longer be hosting in real-world competition. Opened back in 1958 and closing its doors, unfortunately, during the 2020 season. It may now be demolished, but because of the iRacing platform, we will always be able to race here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. We talked about this being week number 2's race. Well, last week it was Justin Fuller able to pick up the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 in the season opener at the Iowa Speedway. We'll see if he's able to do it here tonight, because tonight here in the Coastline Surf Fishing 75, these drivers are going to have to do a lot of surfing and fishing, that's for sure, because this speedway is going to chew up and eat tires. We got to thank Coastline Surf Fishing, based out of Florida. If you're visiting the coast down in Florida, make sure you head on over to Coastline Surfing, or Surf and Fishing. I'll get it right sooner or later, Kelly. But, man, I get seasickness, so I know that's one of those places that I would like to go. Just like I like to go down to the starting lineup, Kelly. Here we go. This is the starting lineup here tonight for our Coastline Surf Fishing 75. Starting on the front row, car number 15, Matthew Barkhouse. He started up front. That's where he finished last time we were here. He'll snag the pole here tonight. Cam Fortin in the 13G will start P number 2, back into the third spot, then having a great starting spot here tonight. Car number 20 out of New York. That'll be Justin McDuff. Steph Marinac out of Florida, and car number 8 will start in P number 4, while the newcomer out of Florida, Michael Trevarthen, will start back in 5th. Bill Martin, car number 39, will go from the 6th starting spot. And how about the number 39? That's Alex Papini in car number 39. He'll start 7th. Justin Fuller, last week's winner, will start back into the 8th spot, while Brett Hahn in car 711 will go into the 9th spot. And rounding out the top 10, the Martell Builders 2B of Brett Bartels.
The one of Dalton Williamson will be lining up on the inside in P11 with the 73 of Vernon Wooded to his outside. Justin Rigsby in the 31 machine, he'll be starting in 13th, and the rookie Gary Eschen in the 23 car, he'll be starting 14th. Mike Alexander, one of our great competitors here, he'll be starting in 15th in the 75, and Jimmy McIntyre Jr. lines up to his outside. Looking at row number 9 now, we got the 88 of Matthew McLean, and on his outside, the 4 of Rodney Huntoon. Matt Eddy in the other 88 machine, he'll be rolling off in 19th. AJ Hamill in the 18 in 20th.
21st here tonight, the driver out of Massachusetts, driving the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag, all display number 40. That is Rob Higgins. And then it's the boss man, Al Smith Jr. Car number 96 will be 22nd. 23rd onto the call tonight, Mike Holtzclaw. That'll be the number 5 of Scott Austin back in 24th. Matt Vade in car 07 will start into the 25th spot, while the 11 of Brian Hacker will go 26th. 27th here tonight then will be the driver as Brian Rogers in car number 12. 28th will go to Justin Coachman in car number 7. Devin Johnson in the 18 car will go in 29th. 30th will go to Ellie Musgrave.
31st sees a 98 of Chris Stump. Casey Bietti will be rolling off in 32nd. 33rd is the 66 of Stephen Rochford. Jeremy Bingham in 34th. Joshua Buckley in the 13 machine will be in 35th, and Jeremy Carpenter on his outside in 36th, and starting shotgun on the field, that'll be the 71 of Jeremy Watkins.
That's your starting lineup here tonight for the Coastline Surf Fishing 75 for the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway here for the Best Golf Corporations Pro Series presented by the Upstate Racing League. That's your starting lineup. 37 cars have entered. Looks like 36 cars have made their way to the starting grid here tonight as the iRacing.com pace car will make its way to pit road as they come into the Hanson Starter Shop green flag restart zone for the first time here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. The Best Golf Corporations Pro Series will go green this time out of 4.
Matthew Barkhouse waits until the last possible moment. Green flag up in the air, and he's going to get off to a great start. Guillaume Fortin, though, he's going to keep that car on his outside as the field kind of all tries to get down to that bottom side. Guillaume Fortin, he will slot in behind, but Steph Marinac just row behind them. He's going to try to fight on that outside line and get a great run into turn 3.
He's to the outside. Lap number 1, though, going to go to last year's winner. Matthew Barkhouse is the race leader. That battle, though, is going to go to Steph Marinac back there for the 3rd spot. Here comes the number 20, Justin McDuff, trying to make his way through the bottom side here. That'll be Bill Martin to the outside. Michael Trevarthen right there. Alex Papini is rounding down the top 7 here as they come by once again. It's still going to be Barkhouse as, oh no, the Confusion Motorsports Confusion Performance caution flag is on the speedway here right away. Devin Johnson in, I believe, is the 18J actually there. You see him rolling away here after our first caution flag of the evening. Take a look back here. Look at the number 18J. Let's see what happens to him down here in turns 3 and 4. Looks like they got stacked up on the bottom side there, and oh, that is the 23 of Gary Eschen, who has gone around. So that's the reason for the caution flag. The 23 parked up against the outside wall. Let's watch this back. A big stack up here. Look at that. The 81, Jimmy McIntyre, up out of the groove. They were 3 wide down into the corner. And, oh, the number 4, Ronnie Huntoon, was down to the bottom side. 3 wide just does not work all the time here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway.
And there was just a car coming in way late on that, and that was Devin Johnson. It looks like he was kind of stacked up behind a few cars a few rows back, and as he tried to go to the outside to avoid them, suddenly he was face to face with that 23 machine parked in the fence.
So that's what's going to bring out the first caution flag here tonight, brought to us by Confusion Performance caution flag as well. That'll mean one driver going to get that wave around. That looks like Matt Vade, who was not able to go ahead and take the green flag here tonight. He had to start from pit road going a lap down, so he will get the lucky dog, and he will actually now, well, he'll be back on the lead lap. So it looks like we'll have 26 drivers. Gary Eschen down on pit road. He is going to go a lap down here tonight. Unfortunately, that rookie will have to try and battle back through here. So there's still a lot of racing left to do here tonight in the Coastline Surf Fishing 75 here from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. This is race number 2 for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series as we're getting ready this time to go racing.
Yeah, as you mentioned, still a lot of time left in this race, and there will likely be a caution at some point throughout the rest of this race, so it will give Gary Eschen an opportunity to maybe get back on the lead lap and get himself back into this race, but right now he's going to find himself all the way back in the end of the field, so really the point for him is just going to be save the tires for the next few laps.
As they come back into the Hanson Starter Shop Green Flag Restart Zone as the iRacing.com pace car off the racing surface. We're ready to go back racing here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It is still going to be Matthew Barkels, Guillaume Fortin on the outside. Here we go up through the gearbox as we go, and a great start by the race leader. Not so much there for Guillaume. It looked like he spun the tires a little bit, but he'll be able to get down to the bottom side. There's Steph Marinac right there. Bill Martin going to get down. The battle will be for 5th.
Yeah, everyone is looking to get to the bottom side of this racetrack as that's where the speed is here early on as Bill Martin is going to get to the inside now. Michael Trevarthen, he's going to finally find his way to the bottom. His car's behind, and there's a 2B going sideways into turn 1. Big wreck into turn 1.
Mike Alexander also around on the turtles. His number 75 going around. A.J. Hamill going to find the 88 of Matt Eddy as the second caution flag of the evening will come out here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Big traffic jam down in turn number 1. It's going to collect a lot of cars here. We'll have to watch this one back and officially dissect this one. At least 7 cars wrapped up in turn number 1. We'll have to see couple different angles from this one. Let's watch, as I believe this is going to start. The 2B gets jacked. I believe that was the number 1 of Dalton Williamson into the 2B. This set off the whole chain reaction here.
Yeah, Dalton Williamson just gets into the left rear corner of the 2B machine, and that just starts off everything just behind them. The 73 and the 75 get together, and that sends the 75 machine spinning right in front of pretty much the entire field, and Mike Alexander with nowhere else to go, and essentially the same thing happens between the 288 machines just right behind them.
Yeah, so a traffic jam. It looks like the Best Colorful Creations number 81, Jimmy McIntyre, getting some damage. Also, A.J. Hamill getting some damage. Let's see if we can ride on board here with A.J. Hamill. Right on board our Xander Sign Group onboard camera of the 75, and got tagged and tagged again and down onto the turtles trying to correct that car, and I mean, everybody just gets wadded up down there in turn number 1.
And this is essentially what Gary Eschen was hoping to see, a very quick caution that's going to let him come back onto the lead lap. He's now coming around the field, and he'll now tag on back, still in 37th spot, but now he's just got, at least the cars in front of him will actually count for positions.
So that will put everybody back onto the lead lap here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. We're working our second Confusion Performance caution flag of the evening. Still, your top 2 are still the same 2 drivers. Matthew Barkhouse, Guillaume Fortin are still on the front row. Steph Marinac's picked up 1 here tonight, while Bill Martin has picked up 2 spots. Biggest mover so far tonight is going to be Casey Bietti with a little bit of a terrible qualifying effort for the number 45 of Casey Bietti. There you see him, that driver. Second year in the series here on the asphalt side of things, the driver out of Vermont. Picking up 9 spots here, see if he can continue the march through the field, as I believe we got the signal to double him up this time. We're coming back into the Hanson Starter Shop Green Flag Restart Zone to start this one back off after our second Confusion Performance caution flag.
Yeah, there was a few drivers that didn't set a caution time. I don't know if they didn't send their cars out for qualifying or if they just kind of ended up getting into the wall before and during qualifying, but now pace car now down and away. We are getting into the Hanson Starter Shop Restart Zone. And now control of the field is in the hands of that 15 machine. He's going to get a great jump off the corner. And speaking of good jumps, Steph Marinac nearly got himself to the quarter panel of Guillaume Fortin, but Guillaume going to dive it down into turn 1.
Loose for the 39 there of Bill Martin. He's going to open up the door. Here comes the rookie, the number 2, Michael Trevarthen, working the inside groove here, trying to make his way up inside the top 3 positions if he can pick up a couple more. He's one of those rookies that, well, tonight didn't have a lot of speed in our practice session. 1 driver down to the inside. That was the number 31 of Justin Rigsby, as the caution flag will come out as the 31 of Rigsby down to the inside retaining wall down here in turn number 1 and 2. You see that rookie Well, actually, he is not a rookie this season. He used to be a rookie here with the series a couple of years ago. Took a year off. He's now back here with the Upstate Racing League's Pro Series, but he is the cause of the caution flag. He probably had something go wrong off turn number 4. It's probably not going to be the last time we see a car around out of turn 4.
And it looks like it may have been involving another driver. He may have gotten a little bit of help off of turn 4 that kind of sent him down into the grass into turn 1, and unfortunately couldn't quite keep it off that inside wall that sent him spinning off, and he nearly spun onto the apron, which would have kept the race green, but he was sideways on the track just long enough for race control to throw that caution flag.
Yeah, I think he tried to keep it off. Let's go on board here with the number 31 right there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the 39 of Alex Papini, who just slightly made contact with the front nose there of Justin Rigsby's number 31. Rigsby did try to keep it down off the racing surface to see if we could keep this one going here tonight. Unfortunately, that will bring out another caution flag, and watch it back one more time there. Slightest contact going to send the 31. Just shows you how on edge these super late models are.
Yeah, there is a lot of power behind these super late models, so really any sort of contact that'll get him out of shape, you're going to have to save it, and unfortunately for the driver of that machine, he is not going to be able to save it, and 31 is going to get a little bit of damage, and I don't think it's really all that bad on his car. I'm taking a look as I can, and he's got a little bit of damage to the front, and I think a little dent on that left rear, but hopefully as long as the car is, or all the wheels are pointed in the right direction, he should still be good to go.
There you see the baby on board, number 31, the Ryan's Fatted Calf entry. He'll tag the back of the field, so as we come back into the Hanson Starter Shop restart zone, it'll be car number 15, Matthew Barkhouse, doing it once again with Guillaume Fortin up on the front row. This time, Matt waits a little bit longer. He gets a great launch. That might put the number 8 of Steph Marinac to the inside, and it does. That Florida Gators Ford Mustang to the inside of the 13G as they exit turn 2.
And Guillaume Fortin cannot quite get the run off of turn number 2 that he needs. As we see the 2 machine just behind them, Michael Trevarthen, he launches it into turn 3, gets a little bit of contact with the 711 of Brent Hahn, but he is going to take that position away as Steph Marinac still tries to fight for second.
Guillaume still working the outside lane here, trying to hold on. Will he be able to take that position back? Because right now he's stuck on the outside lane. We have not seen anybody able to make the outside lane work. Big problems down here. The number 20 up against the outside wall, piling up 3, 4, 5, 1 on the roof. Another one around down at turn number 4. Parking lot yard sale going to be turn number 3 and 4 here tonight.
And that seems to be another bit of help from another driver that sends the 20 machine spiraling into turn number 3 as, again, everyone tries to check up and avoid the wreck, and it just causes more drivers to get into each other, and just a huge wreck into turns 3.
Nowhere to go here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. This track just clogs up and just eats these cars. Let's watch this back. There you see the 20 of McDuff to the inside of the 51 of Justin Fuller. And, Alex Papini goes to the inside. Not quite clear. Then the 73 gets turned around off the 2B's bumper. And you see the track just absolutely nowhere to go. Brian Rogers Jr. wrapped up in this one in car number 12. And everybody just going for a wild ride. Let's see if we can ride on board here. Right on board with Rob Higgins and the Xander Sign Group onboard camera, car number 40. See cars spinning all around him, and all of a sudden he gets tagged from behind, and there's Ellie Musgrave, and there's the 66 of Stephen Rochford. He was up on his lid, too. There's the 88, Matt McLean turned around, and the 22 also turned around. So just chaos here tonight down there in turns 3.
Yeah, damage to a number of cars further back in the field. Hopefully not too bad of damage that we can still have a number of competitive cars here racing, but I'm sure a few of them have kind of knocked their wheels out of alignment, and really Justin McDuff may have been the one that was first hit in that, but I think he may have been essentially the best one to make it out of that, because it kind of just sent him out of the way of the rest of the field wrecking.
So by my count, about 14 cars wrapped up in that one way or another here tonight. One driver going to the back of the field, that'll be the 39, Alex Papini. So Papini will drop to the back of the field. There you see the driver out of Pensacola, Florida, the Coastline Surf Fishing, number 39 here tonight. So he'll step to the back of the field. Now we're going to have to watch him. His car has been very fast here tonight. And of course, you got the sponsor on the side of that car. You always want to put in a good showing.
Pace car pulling down and away, and we are going to get back to the Hanson starter shop restart zone once again. Control will be in the hands of the 15 of Matthew Barkhouse, and Guillaume Fortin still going to line up to the outside. Let's see what he's going to be able to do this time. Another great jump from Barkhouse, another decent jump from Steph Marinac, but however, Guillaume Fortin able to get himself back down to the inside, and now we have to keep an eye on Bill Martin. Is he going to be able to work the inside, or is he going to go on the outside and keep trying to make a move on Steph Marinac?
Steph Marinac had a little bit of a wiggle that time out of turn number 2. He is able to hold the bottom side of the speedway as Bill Martin in car number 39 trying to get around the outside. That's the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen down to the inside. Brett Hahn to the outside. Justin Fuller also working the inside lane here as they work down the back straightaway once again here on lap number 25. 50 laps remaining here this time by at the stripe. It is still Matthew Barkhouse out front and Fortin right there, and this battle still raging for that third spot.
Neither driver wanted to give up third place. Each one wanted to stay in touch with the leaders that are kind of pulling away from the two of them that are battling side by side. Bill Martin still hanging on that outside line as much as he can. However, that 8 of Steph Marinac is slowly moving forward. Contact between the 39 and the 8. Bill Martin going to be able to hang back onto that car, but now it's going to allow Justin Fuller to get to the inside.
Yeah, Fuller made a little contact there with Michael Trevarthen also. That is what put the 51 originally down to the inside in the 5th position. Now the 39 of Bill Martin stuck to the outside. So is Michael Trevarthen. And I believe that is the 81 there of Jimmy McIntyre Jr. He's up into the 10th spot right now, but he's stuck to the outside also as Brian Hacker, who's picked up 15 positions here early on in this one, is now down to the inside. So 2 by 2 all over the racing field.
Justin Fuller going to get clear of Bill Martin, but as soon as he does, Bill Martin drove that car right down to the bottom to close off Brett Hahn. So Bill Martin going to be able to stop the bleeding. He's going to drop all the way back into 5th, but taking a quick look up at our leaders, Guillaume Fortin has kept that 13 machine right up to the 15, and he is just waiting for an opportunity to make a move as he takes a look to the outside that time and maybe going to try to diamond that off of turn 4 and look to the inside.
Has a great run off turn number 4. What's he going to do into turn 1? He'll stick the nose down there. It's going to get tight to the turtles. But, man, that 15 going to powerhouse off the back straightaway. Down towards turn number 3 he goes, so Barkhouse going to hold onto the spot right now. But Guillaume showing a lot of speed here on lap number 30. Still early on in this run. Has to be mindful of those tires. There are no tires down on pit road tonight. As a little bit deeper into the field. One car going around down in turn number 3 is, I believe, as the 12, I think. I saw the 12 there of Brian Rogers Jr. going around. Matt McLean pulling away in car number 88. Rob Higgins, Devin Johnson also back there. Jeremy Watkins, Vernon Woodard. So we'll be slowed here for the 5th time as our Confusion Performance caution flag comes out here tonight. See one car coming to pit road. That is the 7, I believe, the 7 of Matt Vade. So Vade coming to pit road.
And that was the 12 of Brian Rogers Jr. Getting turned in turns 3 and 4 there, and then it caused a bit of a stack up, but a few other cars involved. I think the 73 of Vernon Woodard, the 31 machine, the 88 of Matt McLean, so about four or five cars involved in that.
Right on board here. You're riding on board with the number 12 of Brian Rogers Jr. You see him get turned. He tries to correct it, and he's going to be down to the bottom. Rob Higgins gets a good piece of that driver's side door of car number 12. This is on board here with the number 73 of Vernon Woodard. He took a big hit. Got a little tap going into the corner, and then right here, Justin Rigsby going to come right across the nose of car number 73 of Vernon Woodard.
Yeah, that put Woodard hard into the wall. I think may have blown the engine, and he is done for the evening. So that is going to put us one less car in the field. Vernon Woodard is finished. Stephen Rochford is going to get the lucky dog. He's going to get a lap back. However, still a few laps down. Justin Rigsby in that 31 machine, he's on pit road trying to fix some damage. And Matt Vade, he's a lap down, however, still trying to hang on to this race.
Does look like Stephen Rochford will be the driver that does get the lucky dog, so he will tag the back of the field. He'll get a lap back. It looks like he'll still be 2 laps down to the race leader, but the driver out of Georgia, Vermont, back now just only 2 laps down. He was one of the drivers. He got flipped up, I believe, in that second caution flag of the evening.
I don't know if Guillaume Fortin really wanted to see this caution come out because he was putting some pressure on the 15 of Barkhouse. He was all over that rear bumper and was just looking for an opportunity to make a move. He was even attempting a few times to make a pass either on the inside or the outside, as it seems like we may have a good battle between the 15 and 13 if we can just string along some green flag laps.
It's been a rough start here tonight to the Coastline Surf Fishing 75 here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, but we're coming back to the Hanson Starter Shop green flag restart zone here once again. It'll be Barkhouse, Fortin, Merrimack, Fuller, your top 4 drivers here as we come to complete lap number 35. Back onto the gas we go here. Barkhouse will win the race to turn number 1. This time, though, Guillaume not able to get down to the bottom side.
Guillaume actually on the outside of the 15 going through turns 1 and 2. Now he's going to have an opportunity to go to the bottom. However, he's still going to hang on that outside. He thinks he's got something there on the high side. He's going to try to make a move around the 15. He still has the nose just past the quarter panel. However, a good run off of 4 is going to hold on to the lead for Matthew Barkhouse.
See that battle side by side off turn number 2 for the race lead. They are 2 by 2 all around the speedway here. Guillaume going to get the nose ahead. Now Barkhouse going to have the bottom side, the shorter distance. Can that 13G keep the momentum up here at the line? It's still going to be the 15 of Barkhouse, and they're still side by side for the first 2 rows here tonight. 1 through 4 side by side.
Guillaume Fortin slowly creeping up. He's now ahead coming off of turn number 2 and getting way ahead in turns 3 and 4. He may have an opportunity to make a pass for the lead. He is going to be counted as the leader. First one to the stripe here. So the first lap not led by the 15 is going to be led by Guillaume Fortin, who, as we've mentioned maybe a few times throughout the years, he's been a member of the Upstate Racing League for years, has been fighting for his very first win, may have an opportunity tonight as he's still trying to battle for the race lead.
That car lunging ahead that time out of turn 4. It'll be half a car is what he had at the line. Fortin in the 13G as your race leader. Barkhouse being scored in second. Justin Fuller just sitting behind them right now, is trying to see how well that outside lane is rolling. Steph Marinac also to the outside. Bill Martin down there. Look who's now battling just outside the top 5 here tonight. The number 96 of Al Smith Jr. picking up 15 positions here. Still a lot of racing left. Both drivers going to miss the bottom for the race lead. Now here comes the 39 of Bill Martin.
And the 15 of Matthew Barkhouse got a little bit loose off of turn number 2. That is going to be a huge advantage for Guillaume Fortin, as now he's going to roll off of turn number 4, almost completely clear of the 15 of Barkhouse, and he is going to be clear going into turn number 1. So Guillaume Fortin hanging on to the race lead. Barkhouse, though, still trying to make some moves, gets himself back up to the door through turns 1 and 2.
Seems like the 13G better down here in turns 3 and 4, but that number 15 better off of turn numbers 1 and 2 as the yellow flag is out here. A couple drivers, Ellie Musgrave turned around, the number 4 Rodney Hontoon turned around. There you see the 23, the driver out of Washington, is pulling away in that Narrative Coffee entry, number 23, so she will rejoin, being scored back into the 32nd position. Rodney Hontoon now being scored back in 33rd. So those 2 drivers coming together to bring out the caution flag here for the 6th time. Our Confusion Performance caution flag has flown here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway on lap number 42 here tonight. Let's take the look, see what happened to Ellie Musgrave and Rodney Hontoon. Let's watch this. There's Ellie Musgrave. She was just battling just inside the top 15. As that is the 98 Ohio. Chris Stump into the quarter panel there. Rodney Hontoon just absolutely nowhere to go. In car number 4, the 802 Precision number 4 entry coming in there, making contact with car 23. Let's ride on board here, watch it. Facing back with our Xander Sign Group onboard camera, there's Chris Stump in the 98 Ohio. Watch Ellie as she goes down into the corner. She goes to set the car, and unfortunately, the car going to get turned around. Then Rodney Hontoon absolutely nowhere to go in that number 4, right into the door panel.
Yeah, definitely a tough one to call there between the 2 drivers, as Stump was kind of there, kind of not there. Musgrave was trying to find that bottom line, and a lot of drivers still trying to hold that inside line as much as possible, but we've seen that outside line can work, and Guillaume Fortin actually did take away the race lead, so he will be in control of the field this time around.
So we'll see if he's able to hold off, as we should get the one to go this time by at the line. As we get the one to go, we'll be right back here to the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway for your restart.
If you're visiting the beautiful Emerald Gulf Coast near Pensacola Beach, Gulf Shores, or Orange Beach, Coastline Surf Fishing provides guided fishing trips right from the beach at a fraction of the cost of charter boats with no seasickness. Book your outing today by going to Coastline Surf Fishing on Facebook or coastlinesurffishing.com. CoastlineSurfFishing.com.
Welcome back just in time here to the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway as the Hanson Starter Shop restart zone's busy here tonight, and we'll throw this one back. Green flag racing. It'll be 46 laps in the books. Look at Guillaume as he gets a great restart. It's the first time he's been able to restart and try to pull away from this field.
And someone that did not get a good restart, that was the 51 of Justin Fuller, kind of just caught off guard there and was essentially off the throttle when everyone else was trying to pull away. However, Steph Marinac, with some great reactions to recognize that his 51 gets all sorts of squirrely off of turn number 4.
He gathers it up, but that's going to put the 7-11 entry back to the outside there. Brett Hahn trying to make it work. Going to get tight down the back straightaways. Those two drivers are still side by side. Steph Marinac has now fallen back to the 6th spot. Michael Trevarthen back to 8th. Look at Casey Bietti up 24 spots in that number 45 entry. There you see him tonight. He is up 24 spots, and he is not done yet. He's on to the outside of the BK Paints Rev Esports number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. He's digging for that 7th spot. Oh, a little contact there. Going to send the 45 of Bietti up the speedway. 3 wide this time out of turn number 4. Hacker going to be in the middle. Al Smith down to the bottom side. Bietti going to fall back to the 10th spot.
Yeah, real unfortunate for Bietti. It's really the only misstep he's had so far tonight as he has been charging up through the field, but looking back towards the front, Matthew Barkhouse is under pressure once again as Bill Martin was looking to the inside through turns 3 and 4 there, as now we've got Justin Fuller also trying to put a little pressure on that 39 car.
Yeah, that 39 car looked really good early on, then it kind of fell off. Now with 25 laps to go, it's come back to life. Maybe he saved the tires. Everybody else may be pushing a little hard on those restarts when we had back-to-back yellows. Now the 39 has a great run off turn 4. Is he going to pull to the bottom side in turn 1? He will not. He'll just ride behind the number 15, the Matthew Barkhouse, a little bit deeper into the field. Someone going around. That's the 20. There's the 13 MA. There's the 1 of Dalton Williamson. The 71 of Jeremy Watkins also around. But the 20 of Justin McDuff turned completely around on the straightaway. He was facing the wrong way. Jeremy Carpenter went nose-to-nose with car number 20. So that'll be the 7th caution flag here tonight in the Confusion Performance caution flag counter. Another wild one here. We're going to have to dissect this one. Jeremy Carpenter and Justin McDuff were battling. Let's see what that Oldsmobile number 1 does to the outside. And well, it looks like Carpenter maybe a little loose off the corner, and then Williamson getting a little boot from the back of the 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. That's what sends Buckley around. Williamson also getting wrapped up into that one.
Yeah, it seems like tonight we're not getting any sort of single car incidents. Any car that turns sideways is causing a chain reaction, as with all the cautions we've been having, the field has been staying very bunched up, hasn't had any sort of chance to string out, so any sort of incident is going to involve multiple cars.
The one driver that does like to see these caution flags right now is the 13G of Guillaume Fortin, as he is out front here. And we talked about it numerous times. Kelly, quickly knock on the desk over there, because we're going to say it here, and I know with 22 to go, it might be a little too early. Guillaume has never won a race here with the Upstate Racing League. He has been here for a number of years. The driver has always finished very well in the point standings overall. He's had a lot of good runs last year, leading all but, I believe, the last 200 yards of a race, and unfortunately not being able to get into the winner's circle. Tonight, though, that car looking very strong. We're still going to have to finish this one out, though. It should be about 19 laps to go when we go back racing.
There was one race where he was the first one to see the checkered flag. However, he got dinged for a restart violation for changing lanes before the start-finish line. Very controversial call at the time, and the result of that was actually that rule being removed from the rule book for the next season. However, unfortunately could not get his win reinstated, so that 13G of Guillaume Fortin still trying to find that first win, and now going to be 20 laps away from maybe getting it.
G-Man going to start this race with 19 laps to go from the front row. To his outside, it'll be Matthew Barkhouse. It'll be then the 39 of Bill Martin, Justin Fuller. Then it'll be Steph Marinac, Brett Hahn, Michael Trevarthen, Brian Hacker, Casey Bietti, and Al Smith. That's how they're going to line up here with 19 laps to go. The iRacing.com pace car lights are off, so the Coastline Surf Fishing 75 will get back underway here when we come back into the Hanson Starter Shop green flag restart zone, as it'll be the 13G and the 15 on the front row. Green flag coming, ready for the 13G to fire it off. He's going to get a great start. Matthew Barkhouse, not so much.
Yeah, Barkhouse going to have to slot down to that inside line as soon as possible, because he knows Bill Martin was going to try to make an inside line move work as soon as he could, but Bill Martin now under pressure from the 51 of Justin Fuller. Fuller is trying to work that outside lane. He saw Guillaume do it a few laps ago against Barkhouse. He's going to try to do the same thing. As also right behind them, that 7-Eleven of Brett Hahn trying to hold the outside. Not going to work as Steph Marinac gets ahead.
Yeah, he'll get down to the bottom. Now contact. The 51 of Fuller wanted to come down to the bottom in front of the 8 of Marinac, and Marinac was there, and now they're going to go side by side. They swap it up. The 8 of Steph Marinac to the outside. Justin Fuller down to the inside. Here comes Brian Hacker also, as the 7-11 of Brett Hahn to be down to the bottom side of the speedway here. 17 laps to go. Fuller going to miss the bottom side that time, down at 1 and 2. As we stay green flag racing here tonight, as these drivers still battling inside the top 5 to have a good finish here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway.
And just have to make a note for the great driving of both the 8 and the 51. The 51 just having to work the wheel like crazy to save that slide, and the 8 of Marinac recognizing what was going on, able to check up, and thankfully the cars behind them as well, Hacker and Brett Hahn, also able to check up, and we're able to keep going green flag racing as now we've got a bit of a 3-car breakaway. Guillaume Fortin leads Matthew Barkhouse, who leads Bill Martin, ahead of the rest of the field, pretty much a second now away from the rest of the field.
They've started to check out as this battle still rages back here. Steph Marinac, Brian Hacker, Justin Fuller. Brett Hahn was sideways last time out of turn 4 with that 7-11 entry. We'll see if he does it once again. Maybe just a little wiggle that time out of the driver from that 7-11, but Michael Trevarthen's right there. Steph Marinac still side by side here with Fuller, and it keeps going back and forth, nose after nose, as now Marinac scraping the wall down the back straightaway.
A little bit of a stripe on the right side of that 8 machine now, however, still good to go, still holding a lot of speed on that outside line, trying to make it work as now the 51 of Fuller pulling ahead just a little bit, going to get a decent run off of turn number 2. That's going to pretty much clear the 8 machine. However, that 8's going to lunge back on the outside through the next corner, but just behind them, the drivers that were battling the 11 and the 7-11 were able to sort themselves out. And now so is Steph Marinac. He's going to slot in behind the 51 of Fuller.
So there goes single file. The next driver that has stepped out of line, that's the 96 of Al Smith Jr. That's because Casey Bietti in car number 45 still trying to work his way back through the field. Remember, he was 1 point up to the 7th spot and then got into the outside, or got a little contact with Michael Trevarthen and almost tagged the outside wall, which pushed him all the way back outside the top 10. Now working his way back inside the top 10 as he works to the bottom side there on Al Smith. Look at the 75, Mike Alexander. He's rebounded here tonight. He has gone around and over top of the turtle shells down at turn number 1 at one point. As this time by, we'll see the double high five from the flag stand. It's just 10 more laps around the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Guillaume Fortin is still your race leader.
Al Smith just got into the wall off of turn number 4. That's going to give an opportunity to Casey Bietti. He's going to get just a little bit ahead of that 96 machine. Now in turns 3 and 4, going to lunge to the inside and going to get the position. However, Al Smith Jr. still fighting back on that high side, still trying to hang on to that 9th spot. However, not going to work. Bietti's going to make the pass stick, and now Mike Alexander is going to try to step into that open door.
Yeah, I think he tail tapped that outside wall out of 4. He'll slap the the right-hand side of that car right off the wall down the back straightaway. That'll allow Mike Alexander with 8 laps to go to get to the inside. Smith going to hit the wall out of 4 once again. I just don't think he likes the right-hand side of that car.
Yeah, may have bent something out of shape now. Is maybe struggling to get off of these corners now. That car might be just a little bit tight. As I think he may have knocked that right front out of alignment as the 98 gets a tag, and he's going to go around.
The 98 Ohio going around down here in the corner. That is be Chris Stump up against the outside wall in the 4 Loco entry. I believe he was battling with the number 39 of Alex Papini. Papini, remember, having to go to the tail of the field earlier on here tonight and has now worked his way back inside the top 15, but those two drivers making a little contact. So the driver out of Ohio now will have to get the 4 Loco 98 OH. Turn back around, he does. I do see a little left front damage on that Ford Mustang, but let's take a look back here and watch it exactly. Watch the number 39, that's Alex Papini there. He's just to the inside, and I'm not sure. Oh, looks like he had a better run through the center of the corner, and the 98 Ohio gets the tap and not able to hang on to it.
Yeah, Papini now involved in yet another incident. Might get himself a little bit of a talking to from race control after this race, as he's claimed one of them. He's still 2 other ones that he's been involved in that will probably be looked at after this race. So hopefully Alex Papini is ready to maybe answer a few questions after this.
Right on board here with the Xander Sign Group onboard camera with Chris Stump. You'll see right there Alex Papini. It looks like he just got back to the throttle, got a better run, and fortunately the 98 was not ready to get back going here. So 2-car incident here to bring out our caution flag once again for our Confusion Performance caution flags. One driver getting the quick wave around there. I missed who that was, but we'll see if we can get a confirmation on that. That is actually going to be Devin Johnson getting that wave around in car number 18J. So the 18J of Devin Johnson will go back onto the lead lap here, and we'll be under 5 laps to go when we go back racing.
Yeah, I think there's going to be another 2 laps on the caution, so it's only going to be just a couple laps that Guillaume Fortin is going to have to hold off Barkhouse and Martin. So really, it's going to come down to the restart. Guillaume Fortin is just going to have to get the best jump he can and hope that he can maybe get a better run into turn 1 than the 15 and 39, and just try to hang on for a few laps, as he was looking to be the fastest out of those 3, but each one of those guys was just having some great speed.
Pace car off the racing surface, so race control says we'll go with 3 laps here into the Hansen Sorter Shop restart zone. We come here once again. Green flag into the air. This time, Guillaume going to get a really good start. Barkhouse tried to hold him down there, not able to do it. So the 13G will be clear down into turn number 1. The battle now. Here comes Bill Martin. Can Martin get to the inside of the 15? He will not. Matthew Barkhouse will be able to slam the door, this time into 3.
Yeah, Martin spun the tires on that restart, what he did not want to do, and it was definitely what Guillaume Fortin wanted to see behind him, as he's got a huge gap into the turn number 1 there. As he's still hanging on to the race lead. The 51 of Justin Fuller, though, he's trying to make the move for 3rd place, as Fuller, the winner of last week, is going to try to go for as many points as he can in this early season.
Looking to see if the white flag will come out here. No, the caution lights will come on. The Confusion Performance caution lights will come on, as Guillaume Fortin was just about 100 yards from the finish line to pick up that white flag. He will not, so we're going to have to, put the caution flag out, re-rack them, re-stack them. So the 9th time here tonight, the Confusion Performance caution lights have come on all around the speedway. I think the number 1 of Jeremy Carpenter possibly involved in this one. We'll watch it back. Let's see. Watch the number 1. That is Jeremy Carpenter in the Carpenter's Tax Service. It looks like the Best Colorful Creations 81 was up there. Oh, AJ Hamill, Chris Stump were already collected together. Something happening possibly to the Stump entry.
Yeah, I believe AJ Hamill and Alex Papini got into each other going really through from turn 4 all the way to turn 1. They were kind of banging doors, and that 39 machine eventually just hooked the 18 and sent that 18 machine up into the wall.
Let's watch it back here. Yeah, there's some contact there. The 39 up the speedway into AJ Hamill. Hamill then getting stuck together. Rodney Huntoon got some damage there. Jeremy Carpenter, the unfortunate one that got turned around then.
So that was definitely not what Guillaume Fortin wanted to see. He wanted to see the white flag. Unfortunately, he saw the Confusion Motorsports yellow flag once again. And before we get to the end of this race, though, we would like to thank Coastline Surf Fishing for sponsoring this race. If you're visiting the beautiful Emerald Gulf Coast near Pensacola Beach, Orange Beach, or Gulf Shores, Coastline Surf Fishing provides guided fishing trips right from the beach. At a fraction of the cost of charter boats with no seasickness, check out Coastline Surf Fishing on Facebook or at coastlinesurffishing.com.
Should see the 1 to go here to get these cars back underway. We do, so they're going to double them back up. It'll be 2 by 2, and this will be green-white checker attempt number 1 here tonight from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. So how about a little bit of extra racing here tonight for these drivers to see if they can pick up the trophy here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. So we're coming back here into the Hansen Starter Shop restart green flag zone, and once again it'll be the 13G Guillaume Fortin. This time going to have to try and get away from Matthew Barkhouse like he did last time. He was set clear. He was just trying to finish this one off. Unfortunately, that caution flag coming back out. Green flag back into the air, and another great launch by the 13G.
Yeah, no wheel spin in the slightest from that 13G. He's going to get a fantastic launch. No wheel spin either from the 39 this time around. He's now going to get his nose to the inside of that 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. Barkhouse, though, going to be able to close the door down into turn number 3. And Justin Fuller once more on the outside trying to make it work. But white flag in the air this time by 1 more lap for Guillaume Fortin to finally get his first.
Carpenter's Tax Service white flag is out here. Guillaume trying to come back, but look at Matthew Barkhouse. A great run. He'll dive to the inside in turn number 3. Not quite able to. Guillaume Fortin going to look up out of turn number 4. He'll pick up his first career win with the Upstate Racing League.
C'est bon, the Quebecois finally gets his very first win in the Upstate Racing League after years of trying.
And a huge wreck on the front straightaway here coming to the checkered flag. A lot of drivers coming across the checkered flag sideways, but it's all about Guillaume, the 22-year-old, picking up his first career win. This one's going to go and be a long celebration, I am sure.
Oh, definitely a deserved win, as Guillaume Fortin not just been involved with this league for a while, but has been competitive in this league. As oh no, gets actually tipped over by Steph Marinac. Marinac trying to give him a little bit of a tap of congratulations as Guillaume tried to get around, but Barkhouse, though, going to give him a hand, get him back onto his wheels so he can celebrate properly.
Well, there you see how popular this win is here with the Upstate Racing League. Everybody coming up and congratulating the 13G here tonight. Guillaume going to pick up the big W. He'll celebrate here in winner's circle here tonight. So he is the big winner here tonight of the Coastline Surf Fishing 75 from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. As he gets his car lined up down here in Victory Lane, we'll take a quick break here from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. We'll be back after this message.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
If you're visiting the beautiful Emerald Gulf Coast near Pensacola Beach, Gulf Shores, or Orange Beach, Coastline Surf Fishing provides guided fishing trips right from the beach at a fraction of the cost of charter boats with no seasickness. Book your outing today by going to Coastline Surf Fishing on Facebook or coastlinesurffishing.com. coastlinesurffishing.com.
Well, welcome back here, race fans, to the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway here tonight. The Coastline Surf Fishing 75 from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, just wrapping up for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series for the Upstate Racing League. And we'll talk about a wild one here tonight. And not going to listen to us talk about the wild one. Let's go down trackside, though. Kelly Dahl, you've caught up with tonight's race winner.
Yeah, caught up now with Guillaume Fortin. Guillaume, it's finally happened. You finally won, and I don't think they're taking this one away from you. How much does it mean for you to finally get a win here in the Upstate Racing League?
Oh, I'm very happy about getting my first win here. I was about to give myself the second place king nickname, but after tonight, I think I'm gonna be good for some more win for the season.
Yeah, and following up your fantastic finish from last week with another great run here tonight, and really I think that's going to put you possibly in the lead for the points. Actually, looking at it, you have Fuller finished fourth, so you are going to be in the lead of the points, and is your focus now going to be shifting towards the championship as a whole now that you've got that first win under your belt?
Yeah, it's always gonna be about the championship. I'd rather win the championship than win a race. But like you said, that's like the best start of the season I can take of, a win in the second place, and I hope the rest of the season goes that way because right now nothing went wrong for me, so I'm pretty happy.
Well, next week we're going to Southern National Motorsport. Actually, no, it's not next week. It is 2 weeks from now. We'll be going to Southern National Motorsports Park. And now that you finally got that first win under your belt, is that going to maybe break the floodgates? You think you're going to be able to follow it up next time?
Well, I hope so, but usually I don't do great at Southern National with Upstate. I think I didn't finish the last 2 races there, so hopefully the luck turns around next week and I can have a good finish.
Well, Guillaume, congratulations once again. And before we let you go, though, who would you like to thank for finally getting yourself into victory lane here?
Yeah, first of all, I have to thank my sponsor at Absolution and also my teammate at Rivalry Racing and Al Smith for putting this league and you guys for doing an awesome broadcast every week.
Well, thanks for coming out and talking to us, Guillaume. And how about you? We'll let you go celebrate this victory, and hopefully you have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you again in a couple weeks.
Thank you, guys.
That was Guillaume Fortin, driver of the 13G, first-time winner here at the Upstate Racing League, and congratulations once more to him. But we're going to send it now back to Roger, who I think is caught up with our second-place finisher.
First off, congrats to Guillaume for getting that win. That was definitely big for him. But I think what happened was just lack of practice. I didn't really have that much practice before the race, and I didn't feel that comfortable. Once he got to my outside, I was just trying to make sure I didn't get into him because I know me and him run each other clean. And just as he cleared himself, I was just starting to figure it out, and the yellow came out before I could get back by him. Without bumping the guy, I don't think you're ever going to get by somebody here at Myrtle Beach with how quick a lot of these guys are up front.
Yeah, it was a battle of nutrition towards the mid-pack to the back here tonight. How much did that actually affect tonight's race here at the front of the field?
Yeah, the speed was just so much. The line for this track is very fine. Unless he had messed up, there was no way you're going to get the run under, because the second you get your nose under the guy, going into one, he's just going to have the more speed down the backstretch to clear. I definitely wasn't going to be getting into him for that, and I try to run clean races, and we're going to try to stay on top of the points this year and not be at the back too often.
Well, you definitely weren't in the back here tonight as you battled for this race win. Congratulations on another podium finish here with the Upstate Racing League. Before we let you go, though, I know there's some people on the nose and the side piece of this number 15 that always make it as fast as it is.
Got to thank the guys at Rev Racing there, our little team that we got going together. We always help each other get quicker. Xander Sign Group are our kinsmen. And once again, just big congrats there to Guillaume. I know he's been waiting for that for a long time. It definitely is going to be the guy to bump him out of it. So I'm happy he got it. There's not much better people there to finish behind than Guillaume.
There you hear it from the second-place finisher here tonight. He picked up the win last year. Tonight, though, he'll finish in P number 2. Matthew Parkhouse in car number 15 will finish P number 2. Kelly, I believe you're standing by down there, though, with the driver of car number 39. I don't think he's stopped talking to you since you got there.
Yeah, caught up now with Bill Martin, driver of that 39 machine. And Bill, you follow up last week's solid finish with another even better finish this week. And what was it like out there on the track tonight?
It was, if I may quote Roger, a battle of nutrition.
Yeah, you could certainly say that. Definitely a lot of yellow flags, and we saw a lot of restarts. And how hard was it at the end of that race to do those restarts? Because we saw a few drivers getting loose and spinning those tires coming off at turn 4.
That's true. Who cares? It doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about the race. Hey, did you see in the news today that Jay Leno got his face all burnt up because one of his cars got caught on fire?
Yeah, I did see that the other day. And definitely an interesting situation.
Oh, so that wasn't today.
I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Well, I don't know. I don't hang out with Jay Leno. I'm not his dad. I'm not his mom, even. It sucks that his face got burned, though. I mean, I hope that my car doesn't start on fire. What about you?
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility with my car.
Well, anyways, the race went decent. There's a lot of cars, and this track is not. So it's got two walls on both sides of it. And when there's a lot of cars and there's two walls, usually the crashes are pretty spectacular. I haven't looked back yet. Were there pretty spectacular crashes, or was it just kind of spin here, spin there?
No. Every incident involved multiple cars. There was no situation where it was just one car getting spun.
That makes sense. I appreciate that Al is trying to start everybody in the race, and but with it being 75 laps, it was short, so there's a sense of urgency like all the time. And when you get that many cars in one place, it can get sketchy. So I was happy I got to start in the front for that reason alone. My first qualifying lap I butchered, so I had to start to take it easy on the second lap, and I was very fortunate to get sixth because it felt like a crappy lap. So glad I got to start up front because it could have been, I could have been back in the middle. In the middle is danger zone.
Yeah, well, starting up front led you to finishing up front in third place. And before we let you go, though, who would you like to thank for this run here tonight?
I'm gonna thank the NARF for being on my car, even though they have no idea that they're on the car. NARF, Native American Rights Fund. It is a foundation that makes sure the Native Americans who need representation in things such as court, make sure they get the rights that they deserve. It is Native American Heritage Month, so I'll be running this car until the end of the month, and then I'll be switching to all my Bell's Brewery cars, which are all very brightly colored. It will be easy to spot them.
Well, we definitely won't miss you. We miss where you're at on the track, and we can always tell where you are off the track just by opening our ears a little bit. So we'll hopefully see you again in a couple weeks, Bill.
Hey, remember earlier when Guillaume said you guys were good at your job? He was wrong. You guys are great at your job. So thanks for the broadcasts, and thanks to Al too for doing the league. I look forward to this league a lot every year, I was bummed that this race was shorter simply because I'm excited for every race, but with how many cars are in it, it wasn't that short of a race, so it's all good.
All right, Bill, well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us. Never a dull moment when you're here in the interview booth with us, so hopefully we'll hear from you again in a couple weeks' time at Southern National. Maybe.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Bill. All right, well, that was our third place finisher, driver of the 39 machine, Bill Martin, and going to send it back to Roger for a few final thoughts.
Bill Martin, always a character here with the Upstate Racing League. Take a quick look here, though, at our unofficial results here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway in our Coastline Surf Fishing 75. Of course, you heard from Guillaume Fortin, Matthew Barkhouse right there, Bill Martin, Justin Fuller back into the 4 spots, Steph Marinac, Brian Hacker, Brett Hahn, Michael Trevarthen, Casey Bietti, the biggest mover here tonight, picking up 23 spots from where he started. He was a couple spots higher, but remember, he, kind of got a little contact, and up out of the groove he went. Had to come back into the top 10. Notable good runs, though, also Brian Hacker up 20 spots here tonight. Scott Austin picking up 12. Brian Rogers, Ellie Musgrave fighting back from her spin early on. She will finish into the 14th position. Alex Papini had a couple rides here tonight. He'll finish into the 15th spot. Justin McDuff, a little bit of a punching bag tonight in car number 20. He'll finish way back into the 22nd position. Josh Buckley having a good run here tonight, picking up 10 spots also. So a little bit of a rough one. Unofficial results here tonight from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. So look at those and possibly see. And you're going to have to go to the UpstateRacingLeague.com's official website to get the official results. Those will be posted tomorrow around the lunchtime, so get your official results at the UpstateRacingLeague.com. So, hey, a little bit of a wild one here tonight from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, Kelly. But, hey, we have next week off, and then we come back better than ever. It'll be the Arts Barbershop Night at Southern Nationals.
Yeah, there's just a week off for I think your guys' Thanksgiving, so unfortunately it'll just be a regular week for me, but hopefully we will see everyone once again at Southern National. Hopefully we'll get another fantastic race, and we'll see if we maybe get a third different winner this time this season.
Yeah, that's a possibility here with the Upstate Racing League. Everybody always comes best dressed and unloads their fastest hot rod that they have. But for everybody with the Upstate Racing League, everybody at Coastline Surf Fishing, and all the sponsors behind the scenes here with the Upstate Racing League, that's Kelly Dahl. I'm Roger Muth, and we hope you all enjoyed tonight's race here from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. And until we see you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.
If you're visiting the beautiful Emerald Gulf Coast near Pensacola Beach, Gulf Shores, or Orange Beach, Coastline Surf Fishing provides guided fishing trips right from the beach at a fraction of the cost of charter boats with no seasickness. Book your outing today by going to Coastline Surf Fishing on Facebook or coastlinesurffishing.com. coastlinesurffishing.com.